For many people today, the natural response to career pressure is to earn another certificate. Online platforms make learning accessible, and certificates are easier to collect than ever before. Yet despite this explosion of certifications, many professionals and graduates are still struggling to secure meaningful opportunities. So the question is not whether people are learning. The question is whether learning is translating into real value. Let's clarify something important. Certificates are not useless. They serve a purpose. A certificate is proof that you completed a course, followed a curriculum, and were exposed to knowledge. In other words, it proves participation in learning. But participation is not the same as performance. And exposure is not the same as capability. This distinction matters more today than it ever did before. Many employers are not rejecting certificates because they dislike learning. They have a different concern. They reject certificates because certificates do not answer their most important question. That question is simple. Can you solve problems in a real environment? Hiring decisions are based on risk. Employers want evidence that someone can apply knowledge under real conditions, not just recall info. Certificates rarely show that. This is where the core misunderstanding lies. Proof of study shows what you learned. Proof of value shows what you can do. Value is demonstrated through application and results. A certificate may open a conversation, but value determines whether that leads to an opportunity. Artificial intelligence has accelerated this shift dramatically. AI tools can now access info instantly. Knowledge itself is no longer scarce. What is scarce is the ability to frame problems correctly. Apply knowledge in context, make informed decisions, and use tools responsibly and effectively. This means credentials that only signal learning are losing power, while impact-driven skills gain importance. This explains why many professionals feel stuck. They are doing what they were told, get certified. But the market has quietly moved from credentials to capability. Without evidence, certificates are static. Without evidence of application, certificates become records of effort, not indicators of readiness. Skills are not just things you know. Skills are things you can demonstrate consistently. True skills show up in projects, case studies, practical work, and documented outcomes. This is the difference between being educated and being employable. It's about how problems are solved. At SkillDential, the focus is not on collecting more certificates. It is on real-world value. Certificates can support your journey, but they cannot replace proof of competence. If you want to navigate careers in the age of AI, clarity matters more than credentials. This is the perspective SkillDential is built on. Proof your value today. Visit us at SkillDential.com to learn more. A/A. I'm your host, and thank you for watching SkillDential.